Okay, I'll be real short and sweet. First of all, we got Coach, we got the Mountaineers in Southern West Virginia, the Greenbrier. We got all of you, and we appreciate you. And we love you being here. The good Lord bless us with a wonderful day. Not too hot, not raining. The Mountaineers performed terrifically, and we're very, very blessed to have them. And I thank you, Coach. And I'll let it go at that. Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you, Jim. On behalf of Mr. Lyons and our football program and the whole entire athletic department, just a sincere thank you to the Greenbrier. The hospitality down here is unbelievable. Our guys really enjoy it. I tried to get Jim to lower the rates at the Greenbrier so we could maybe have the team over there next time. It's too expensive and too nice, but with that, the guys came last night. They went through the facility. They had just a wonderful dinner, and then woke up, and this was awesome this morning. I tell you, you couldn't ask for anything better than it was. We had over 6,000 fans out there. When the team pulled out 2 hours before the game, there was just people everywhere, and that gets our guys pretty juiced up and cranked up, and just a wonderful day for everybody involved. So a huge thank you to Mr. Justice and the Greenbrier for the hospitality. It really is second to none when it comes to just hospitality and facilities, and a wonderful place, and hopefully we will continue to come down here for a long time. As far as the game goes, it was good to end this spring on a positive note. I think there were some really good things out there on both sides of the ball. We wanted to be able to give Mountaineer Nation just a little bit of a glimpse as far as what to expect from these guys moving forward. Our team's going to continue to change. It's going to continue to evolve with the addition of new guys, with just continuing to move forward, position battles, getting guys healthy, that sort of thing. It's going to be fun to watch this team develop, and I'm certainly proud of where our team is at this point in time. So with that, we'll take some questions.
Coach, what did you think of the overall performance of your passing game? You had the 4 interceptions, but some really big plays going for the offense.
The one interception that concerned me was the ones, and I have to credit Antonio Crawford for that. He saw the back leak late, and Skyler's eyes were supposed to go to that back. He threw it, and Antonio made a great play on the ball. So it depends on which side I'm sitting on. I'm happy for that, the fact that we made that play on defense. Offensively, we got to prevent that. Obviously, some of the other ones were, there's a lot of different things that go wrong on second and third team stuff. One of the things that we're really focusing on, which is a huge confidence boost for our defense, but it makes the offense feel inept, is last year we had 31 turnovers and we averaged 2 yards every turnover. So we're really focusing on our defense of the mentality that needs to exist once you get a turnover. Because it's not about, everybody says win the turnover margin, win the turnover margin, win the turnover margin. It's what you do with those turnovers that counts. Unless you win the turnover margin by like 3 or 4, that's not what counts. And what happens after the turnovers is what counts. And we weren't very good at that last year, both offensively and defensively, of making sure we do something with those turnovers. So every turnover we've got in the spring, we've told our defense that they got to go score and everybody's got to lead the way, because that's what it needs to look like next year.
What did you see from Cody Saunders out there today?
Yeah, he looked good. We haven't put him in that situation very much. We've been easing him into it. We got a lot of quarterbacks that we can rep. Just over the last probably week and a half, we've noticed that things are starting to make sense to him. So we repped him more. And the more we repped him, the better it starts looking. He's a long ways away, but he's showing potential of why we recruited him. Chugs he had a bum shoulder, so nothing that's threatening. It's non-surgical. He'll be fine. Once he just needs some rest on that, which took those reps away from him, which allowed some of these other guys to rep more.
Is that typical of what you've seen Marcus Sims in this spring?
Yeah, he has no clue what he's doing. It's actually fun to watch because he has no clue what he's doing. He does everything wrong, and all he does is score touchdowns. Yeah, that's what he looks like. I mean, he's got a long ways to go, but he can start, he can stop. He's got great hand-eye coordination. know, he can stretch the field. He's going to be a contributor for us next year.
Like Quran, left shoulder type of thing.
It's the same thing that happened during the season. You know, I think it's twofold. I think one, you know, it's sore, and he needs to push through some of that, but it was legitimately hurt on Thursday in practice. You know, if we were playing this Thursday, I think after a week's time, he needs to push through it and play, but after only a couple of days, we decided to start. Non-surgical, just gotta get stronger. And you know, I'm not calling them soft, but guys need to push through things. But this is not the time to do that.
Benton seemed to set the tempo physicality-wise early on defense. Does that match what he's done through the spring phase?
He has emerged as one of our defensive leaders. He's very vocal. He's been here for 4 years. He's played behind pretty good people. You know, don't forget, he started game 2 this past year when Margaret was out, and he was our MVP of the defense in that game. So he's got ability. He's very vocal. He's one of our guys that we're going to lean on that side.
Skyler and the first team offense look about where you expected or hoped them to be at this point?
Yeah, I'm happy with where they're at. I mean, we're playing pretty good up front. You know, we've got 6 guys we can count on right now. We need a third tackle. You know, whether that's going to be somebody that's on campus or the JC kid coming in, we need a third tackle. If we can get a third tackle, that puts us at about 7 bodies that we can really count on. You know, Ron's done a great job with those guys. Coach Wickline's came in and really solidified the pass protection stuff. We got some time to throw the ball, and there's a lot of times last year we didn't have any. So that's very comforting from a quarterback's perspective. And then it's about the timing with him and the receivers and being able to be balanced. You know, I think we showed that we can hand it off and run it with the best of them, but we need to be able to throw the ball. And we're gaining. We still got a long ways to go, but we're gaining.
Dana, kind of a general question. How much stock do you put in the spring game? Like, let's say someone shows out really, really good today. Is it just one of 15 practices, or does it carry more weight in your eyes?
It carries a little bit more weight. It's one of 3 scrimmages that we're allowed, you know, where you just put the ball down and play the whole time. The rest of the stuff, you got periods and all that. You've seen a couple of those practices, but put a little bit more in it because guys were put in situations. This was a game-type atmosphere with a lot of eyes on them, and if guys can go out there and that doesn't spook them, and they elevate their game because of that, then I'll put a little bit more stock into that. But at the end of the day, it's about getting another 100 reps to be able to add to the collection of spring plays that we will break up, and that's what June's all about, to get in there and watch these cut-ups and make adjustments and moving forward, what we do well and what we don't do well.
Along those lines, Dana, Jennings last Saturday was pretty good. Today he was good. I'm guessing he's healthy. That's part of it. But has he closed the way you imagined?
Yeah, he did. And you know, wasn't his fault. He had a broken wrist towards the end of the season. I think he's a tough kid because he played 3 games with a broken wrist, including the bowl game. We had surgery. We pinned it. He had to heal. He didn't use it for 3 weeks, and then he got cleared. The first day he got cleared, he tore his shoulder up. And so that set him back for another couple of days. But the last about 5 practices, he started emerging as a guy that I think we're going to be able to count on.
I feel like when you saw the Russell shell, you said you wanted him to be more of a tough guy all the time rather than just someone.
Yeah, he ran hard. I thought he finished runs good. I believe in him. He believes in himself. That he's got the teammates' respect. He didn't practice this past Thursday either. So until he does that consistently, he's got to become a better practice player. I know what he can do out there when it comes to today and what he did. I know that. He's got to become a better practice player. He's got to become more consistent. He's working hard to get to that point.
Are you pleased with the defensive line play so far this spring?
Very good. Happy with those. Bruce Tall's done a great job with those guys. That's where our older, more experienced guys are. You know, Darren Howard wasn't here today. You know, he had a death in the family, so he's been gone all week. You know, and those backups, Xavier Pegues is out with the shoulder, so we're going to get a couple more bodies. You need 2 deep. You need some depth. So those guys just need to keep getting better. We're good. The starters are good. We need the backups to continue to develop.
Going into the summer, is your offense ahead of where it's been in the past at this time?
Yeah. I mean, you know, we've talked about this. I mean, it's ahead of where it was the last couple of years. I think as a whole, you know, going back, 3-4 years probably. I'm happy with where we're at. there's some missing pieces of the puzzle still as well. So we can get a couple of those guys back that, we all know who they are. Then we got a chance to develop some competition within the skill spots, which will increase the production.
We're happy with the hit on press. Will there be any repercussions?
That's stupid. I mean, Sean knows better now. I mean, he's been, Will's got to get the ball out. We could have prevented that with an assignment, okay? But we've practiced this way all spring. And those guys know that when they get there, they got to veer off. I know. I don't have the quarterbacks in jerseys because we run the quarterbacks so much. When we break the pocket as a quarterback, they're prepared to get blasted. And they need to be aware of that. That's real football. You got to protect them in the pocket. And our guys have done a great job all spring of, sliding by that guy. That's why Mike Joseph's back there to be able to blow that whistle. On top of that, it was a targeting call. I mean, he can't go in there and lead with his helmet. So it's a targeting call. He would have got ejected. It would have been a personal foul, and he would have got ejected. Sean knows better than that. And that's why I was upset.
Coach, you see both of your backup quarterbacks do other things like run and catch passes. How important was that to just see out of them a little bit of versatility today?
Well, I mean, it's the same stuff that we've been doing with them. I mean, this is, we did it all last year with both Sills and Kress. And Cody's got some versatility to him. Skylar does as well. So that's part of what our offense is, and those guys need to be able to do that. Whatever we got to do to be able to get first downs, I'm going to do it. And the best way for the quarterbacks to learn how to handle that and stay out of harm's way is to put them in that position. So Skylar's been in that position all spring, as has Will, as Chubbs, and they need to be able to protect themselves because we're going to do it again.
Dan, who would be your number 2 right now?
I don't know. It could be because Will's shown some really good things, and Chubbs has shown some really good things as well. I mean, Chubbs can sit in the pocket and probably throw the ball more accurate than anybody. It's still a work in progress right now. I think Skylar solidified himself as a confident senior quarterback that runs the offense very well. You got to get number 2 and number 3 ready, and we're going to continue to rep them. Will's made progress this spring, and Chuck's has as well.
I think is it tougher to keep the pace of play up and get the number of snaps in that you want when quarterbacks are running the ball because they've got to get back out, see your call go? Is that something that you've had to work on?
Nah, not at all. Not at all. I could have went as fast as I wanted to out there or as slow as I wanted to out there. I mean, that's one thing that this offense is known for. If a quarterback is not capable of doing that, then he needs to go see Mike Joseph. So they know I make them run just as much as anybody else because they're going to run and they need to be in shape and they need to get lined up and call the next play and get ready to go. I don't think that slows us down at all. I actually think it speeds Skylar up. I think it speeds him up when he's doing that. When he's running around making plays and getting a hit, I think that speeds his thought process up. And that's what I got on Will about. Where we scored and I was getting on him pretty good because when he plays with really good tempo and he bounces around, he functions better. When he's lethargic, he doesn't function very good.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, see you guys. Thank you.